human warehouses of torn and twisted lives. This is the revolving door known as the American prison system. No end to the overcrowding, no solutions for repeat offenders, no alternatives to a life of crime. But a little-known program, the only one of its kind in the world, holds out hope in unexpected ways.
2, 3, 4, 5.
It's a chance for guys that want to change, have the opportunity to change. It's not everybody here really wants to change.
You think the weight stop when you want to? No!
This is the personal journey of street-hardened felons. As each struggles to salvage what is left of his life. Of the 1 million sentenced inmates in the United States, nearly 2/3 will be back in prison within 5 years of their release. Many simply because they have no work skills to offset a life of crime. But there is one place where the statistics are different. In the mountainous desert east of Los Angeles lies a small cattle town called Chino, home to 4,000 inmates at the California Institution for Men.
You leave the shit at the gate, the prison life, the gangs, all that. You come here, you want to be a diver. You're not here to do anything but. There's people that have never been in the water here. And in 10 months' time, they're graduating as marketable commercial divers.
We want you guys to succeed. We don't want to wash you out. But that's my position here. People on the streets pay a lot of money for this class. All right? They don't have to pay with sweat. You guys are going to pay with sweat.
A Navy Reserve diver, instructor Paul Woodley, has a job that is unique in the world. He runs the vocational diver training program in the heart of Chino Prison, 50 miles from the nearest ocean. Founded in 1970, it is based on the U.S. Navy's SEAL Team, an elite corps of frogmen famous for their discipline and conditioning. Each year, a group of inmates hope that they have what it takes to become hard-hat commercial divers, primarily to build and repair oil rigs.
As soon as you come in, turn your ID cards in. Rules around here, if you don't turn your ID card in, you owe me 100 push-ups off the table.
When I go around on my trip to scout for this class, I probably look at about 20 people on the average at every place, and we're hitting 25 joints now. 400 inmates that we screen for this. And out of that, you know, maybe 100 will be approved. And out of that, maybe 60 to 40 will actually make it here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. One for the class. Class!
Each new class is identified by a letter of the alphabet.
You guys are F class. You can take a look around, because not all of you are going to be here on graduation day. I guarantee it. If you notice, there was a lot of other guys that signed up. All right? Well, they're not here now because they, at one point in time, between then and now, told me they didn't want to be here. You guys showed up and want to be here. Is there anybody here that doesn't want to be here? Because you can hit the gate right now. That gate's open. I leave the gate open. Actions speak louder than words.
Get off your knees! Gorman, you ready to call it a day? No, get off your knees!
The program's brutal physical demands begin on day one.
Up. Come on up. Hey. Come on up. Come on.
Classmates are waiting on you.
Come on. One more. 10.
Get off your knees! They got room in dog grooming if you want to go over there. Well, get off your knees! Get off your knees! There's no such word as I can't over here.
You got one more.
Do you understand? There's no word I can't.
Come on, you
Get
got
off
one
your
more.
knees.
One more. Up. Come on up.
Get up! Get up!
Off your knees. Off your knees. One more.
Get up!
Gorman, let's call it a
Pop
day.
tall!
Let's go call it a day,
Pop
Gorman.
tall!
I need my tennis shoes back. Let's call
Pop
it a
tall!
day.
Pop tall! You know what I mean, pop tall? Stand up! Get over there!
Thomas P. Gordy, nicknamed Doughboy, was sentenced to 5 years for drug conspiracy.
One for your class.
One for you, class.
A college dropout in prison for the second time. 29-year-old John Kerkoran received 10 years for drug-related robberies and credit card fraud.
In one of the robberies, I had no bullets for the gun. And I'm thinking, well, I've got enough money to go cop dope or buy bullets for the gun. Well, I don't need bullets. The gun's good enough. So I go and I did a robbery with no bullets in my gun. As a matter of fact, if I turned it on its side, the gun would fall apart.
1, 2, 3, down, 4, down, 3, 2.
Good job, Alex.
Thomas, you ready?
Your whole body is aching. You look across and you see the guy across the pit from you, and all you see is determination and a want to change his life. And that's what it's all about.
Inmate Dave Taylor passed the course 2 years ago and is head instructor's aide while completing 6 years for grand theft and receiving stolen goods.
Get out! Extra water here. You sure you didn't piss your pants too? You're not relieving yourself in that pit, are you? You look awful, Capone. You look awful, man. Feel great. Feel fucking great, Taylor.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm glad you are. I'm worried about you. That's all. You don't look like you're having a good hair day either.
I'm not, but I'm gonna fucking make it.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you informed if you are.
All right.
Trying to break every one of them. Generally, it's men that have gone through the program before and have shown scholastically and physically that, for instance, I was the outstanding student when I went through my class. So Mr. Willie felt that in the past I had demonstrated my capabilities. And so now my job is to, since I know what's going on, with them to it.
What's the last thing I told you before you left, Capone? When you get back, the first thing you do is put on your weight belt. Straight Julio action there.
Waiting on you, Capone.
Please, remind me to never let you fill my air tanks. So I'll tell you, first thing in the morning, fill my air tank, and I'll be in the water and look at my cage. It'll be empty because you forgot.
East LA gang member Enrique Perez has been in and out of detention centers and prisons since he was 10 for robbery, selling drugs, and drunk driving. He is known as Ricky, or Capone.
Whatever Ricky wanted to do, whatever Capone was out there doing in the street, that was me, and I didn't care what anyone thought or what people told me. It's what I wanted to do, you know? I've done every drug there is, just about from PCP to weed to heroin to coke, shrooms, hash, everything. I've tried all. That's why I've always been here.
Capone was used to hanging out with the homeboys and that. And that's why you hear him calling him Night Rider or whatever, because he used to stay up late with his homeboys and all this and that, thinking it was just easy day every day over here. and he learned that it wasn't. And he's got to, you know, get with the program or get out of there. He's seen a lot of guys leave, and I know he's been on the verge a couple of times. He was kind of smart alecky when he first got in there, kind of a smart ass.
Hey, you sure you shouldn't phone your wife? Are you sure? I don't know, man. It's a long 2 weeks. I don't know. It'd be a lot easier just to quit.
Yep.
And then you could be out there with them.
Yep.
Okay, well,
but
let me
quitting
know.
ain't gonna make me a diver, Taylor.
Okay, all right.
Our first kid, me and my wife, little Joel, that's the chicken from. He was 5.5 months, and this is him. He drowned. My mother-in-law was giving him a bath in the kitchen sink, and she had told my little sister not to keep an eye on him while she went to the restroom, and apparently she didn't do it. And when my mother-in-law came back, my son was doubled over in the water, you know. You know those little seats that they put in there? He was in one of those, and he doubled over, and he drowned.
Got 5 seconds to get there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
Ed Minter was sentenced to 10 years for drug-related robbery, with prior arrests for violation of probation and assault with a deadly weapon. He received his dive certification in E-Class and is serving out the rest of his term as an instructor's aide, assisting Dave Taylor.
I'm not the same guy that I was a year ago before coming into this class. So all we do is give back what was given to us and push these guys to the point where they can say, hey, you know, I'm not the same guy that I was prior to coming into this class. Pay attention to them, or you're gonna kill them. All of you are one dive team at the moment. You have to watch out for each other. Now you may continue.
Watch down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
30.
1.
Unbelievable. There's this guy here, Tucker from D-Class, did 4,014 push-ups continuously non-stop. And like this mile run, fastest man on this at CIM minimum did it a mile in 4:18. And I think the world record is around 4:02 or something like that. Sit-up record is 7,001 by Mr. Sorrell in 87-88 from Z-Class. And breath hold in our diving tanks outside. He held his breath underwater in 20 feet for 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
He's being shy. This man here holds the swimming record.
And I personally
5:05.
I personally hold the quarter-mile swimming record at 5:05. And that was from B-Class.
Go, 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 go!
6-12.
Yeah, 6-12, ball.
Good job, guys.
All right.
Hands on your head.
Take it off, Peppy, all right.
Pepe Perez was born in Tijuana, Mexico. A repeat felon, he was arrested for smuggling drugs across the border and was sentenced to 3 years.
Good job, homie.
I was trying not to make noise. I was breathing too hard. Sneaking up on me. In the last 50 meters. Try.
You would have made noise.
Come on, baby.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Yeah. Come on. Go. Come on. Go, go, go. Go. Good job. Come on.
Listen up, start swinging. You got to slow them down a little bit. They'll throw them out. All the way down. 7. All the way down. Get up there. Come on, get it, break the bar. Come on. You guys better help this guy. Let him pull.
I can't quit. I'm not going to give up. I'm probably not as in good a shape as the rest of the guys, obviously, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get in the shape. I'm going to complete the program.
1, 2, 3, go, 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 yeah, Pepe, go, 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 you got it, Pepe, you got it, go, yeah.
If you quit because you're sore or tired, that's bunk, okay? You don't even know what diving is. Hand over hand, don't slide. Hand over hand. We'll get you next time.
Yeah.
On the run, looking good, ought to be, in Hollywood. F-class, on the run, looking good, like we should, we ought to be, in Hollywood, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick, 1, 2. Ready, get your hands on the log. 1.
Of the men who could make it through the class, only about 5% will ever return to prison, compared with a return rate of more than 60% in the overall prison population.
F-class ready for setup! F-class ready for setup! The things we do out there on the yard is to give other people a chance to see a guy go through something. You know, see a guy be humiliated. You know, that's actually what's going to be taking place. The guy's going to get humiliated. It's for a good reason, to help that guy that's going through it to see an inner part of himself that he's never touched before.
One for your class! Down!
Get these knocked out.
Go! Push up! Push up! Down! Down!
Before I do it right, just push out.
Hold on. Go back to where you were. So the Krikorian can do them correctly.
You're not doing correct push-ups, John.
Huh?
I'm talking to you.
Huh?
Taylor! He's playing the deaf thing.
Yeah, I know.
I can't. You're gonna have to suffer.
Buddy.
Agua.
F-class ready for push-up.
F-class push up! Hey! Down!
Okay, everybody get on their shoes, and let's, except for the guys that are staying here, you may not want to
1,
put yours back on.
2, 3.
Krikorian Pepe, win.
All right.
And Bennett, you're going to stay here and help clean up this mess.
Sounds good, Pop.
In the middle of the prison yard is what the men call the wisdom tree.
What's going to happen in this decompression sickness thing? What's going to happen? It's going to go liquid to the gas to the bubble, right?
Right, okay, so that nitrogen that is now in the liquid state, Mr. Evans, is going to turn into the gaseous state because we've come up too fast. But if we come up slow in a staged, planned kind of decompression kind of thing, what's going to happen, Evans? We're going to do what?
You're going to take them to the...
What are we going to do with this nitrogen if we come up in a nice, slow, planned decompression?
It's going to get smaller.
No, it's not going to
off-gas properly.
I'm going to off-gas properly. After the physical fitness period, and before we actually put them in the water, we have to teach them the theory and the reasons why we do things the way we do once they go into the water. We can't just put them into the water. We have to first train them all about the effects that the water is going to have on us. What happens to air when you put it under pressure? What happens to your body? What happens to the way light conducts itself underwater? The way sound works underwater? All these things are going to be interrelating with the diver when he's working. The hardest part is to get them to sit down and read a book. Anywhere between 50 and 60% of the men are functionally illiterate coming into the prison system. You need to sit your butt down and read, and if it takes 2 or 3 hours to understand that one page, then that's what you got to do. I mean, damn it, we're in prison. Where else, you know? It's not like we got to run out to the disco or something.
Dave Taylor, he's just been, you know, giving us everything that we need to know through dive medicine. I mean, it's some tough stuff. There's, you know, hundreds of things to memorize, and you have to know them in a split second. So we're in the hardest part right now of the academic portion of the class.
Today what we are going to do is we're going to earn our scuba equipment. Everybody that's left here has earned the right to start scuba by passing the appropriate tests. There'll be some of you vomiting. There'll be some of you that'll be urinating in your suits. You're going to be so disturbed with yourself in the next hour and a half that you won't know why you ever joined this class. If you thought PT was all over, it's only just begun.
The initial scuba training begins in shallow water.
Dive teams 4 through 6, 2 minutes. Let's go. Shit's sinking. I wouldn't want to rely on you guys. What are you doing, Thomas? You're not even started. Come on, Thomas. Are we going to do this today? What are you doing laying in my pit, mister? It ain't even started. What do you think? The ocean's just going to stop for you when you want it to? Is that what you think? Think the waves stop when you want it to? You just say, stop wave, and they stop. They just keep on coming. $125. That doesn't seem like enough to me. Let's go. Okay, come back with that water. Keep your face down. That water's going to come out. Let's go, bear crawl. Stay off your knees. Butler, you got to walk in front of them. They won't be able to see where they're going. No, let's keep your head down.
I didn't know it was all this hard. If I knew that I was have somebody screaming at me and, you know, calling me names and this and that, I think I wouldn't appreciate that, and I wouldn't think I would take the trade. I would take something else. But I find out too late because I was already in it.
What are you doing? Keep your hands on the ground. I knew you was gonna move. I knew you was gonna move.
This man doesn't listen to directions.
Get over here. Get over here. I got something for you. Get over here.
We got some
Come
directions
on over
for
here,
you.
I got something for you. Here you go.
There's some more direction right there.
Okay, Mr. Pepe, this is an obstacle course. Go all the way through that metal barrier. Let's go. Let's go, Pepe. You want to be a diver, huh? Well, you better learn to get wet. You better learn to go through dirt. All the way underneath here, Mr. Pepe. Let's go, bear crawl. Bear crawl over.
As deep-sea divers, the men will have to operate dangerous equipment and maneuver in and around treacherous obstacles at depths of up to 1,200 feet.
Let's go, Pepe. Let's go. Bear crawl.
What are you doing? Hit the deck! Conditions aren't always right. Put this son of a bitch down here. Pepe, go up to the tank. You can get right in the tank. You're already wet, so we got nothing to worry about, do we? Okay. You don't need to worry about that. Go.
My biggest problem was the water, because I was a non-swimmer.
Listen up, Pep. You got 5 minutes. I want you to tread as long as you can.
I never got in a swimming pool in my life. I never swam. Not because I was afraid of water, it's because I never had a swimming pool. In my neighborhood was no swimming pools. So that was my biggest problem.
Go!
We lowered the tank because these guys seem to think that they need to grab the side and hang on, and you know, there's no sides in the ocean, so they can't really hang on. There's only a ladder here, and we're gonna take that out. One or two of us will probably have to go in and save somebody.
Okay. This is going to be a cluster bucket. Everybody swim in a circle. We want one small circle of 3 guys in the middle. The rest swim on the outside.
Go to the ladder. Okay, swim on the outside. Go to the ladder. Start swimming. See ya. Back up to the ladder, guys. Go. Back up. That's my break. Go.
For 30 minutes, the men must continuously tread water.
I'm in the middle. Come on, Gorman. Come on, Red, go. Move around.
Come on, kick it.
Practice a breaststroke, not crossback. There you go.
100 bottles of beer on the wall, 100 bottles of beer. You take one down, you're messing around, you got 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. You take one down, you pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the wall.
We'll see how many of you guys are laughing in about 30 minutes. You did good, you almost got it.
Half an hour later.
Push him down. Fucker! Hey, clean up the leg, Gorman. That's enough. Keep going. Keep top of the waves. It's waves. Hey, baby, baby. Pepe. There you go. Mario, I meant it. Go forward. What? No, I said get him in the middle of you.
You gotta love it, huh?
Doodle down.
It's a claustrophobic dive. We get dressed out in the Mark V suit, which is an old suit, but it's probably the best diving dress available. You black out the faceplate in the helmet. Basically, it's to test your ability to be able to perform and being, you know, in total blackout, because a lot of the dives and stuff at the bottom of harbors, you're basically sometimes in chest-deep mud and you can't see your hand in front of your face. And if a person cannot perform under those conditions, he really shouldn't be a commercial diver.
Hold him tight. Keep him tight.
It was feeling real tight, you know, in the suit. It's a lot of weight, and it's 195 pounds.
Hold, Red. Hold, Red.
Tight and straight.
John Krikorian is the first to experience the claustrophobia dive. In past years, some men have found the experience so unnerving that they were forced to drop the course.
Red divers, sing a song.
Trucking, I got my chips cashed in, I keep trucking, like a two-down man. Together, on the best, I just keep trucking home. What in the world ever be quit? Sweet Jane, she lost her sparkle, you know, she isn't the same. Keep moving. Yeah. Back to go. Back to go. One.
I can imagine how Neil Armstrong felt when he walked on the moon, because that's what it's like in it.
John moves on. Doughboy drops out.
I'm disappointed. I was a Shetland pony at the Kentucky Derby with these guys. It was just, I couldn't keep up with them.
The punishing months take a growing toll. From 34 men, F class is now down to 15.
Used to tell Ricky, you know, Ricky, you're 18 years old. If you want to do what you're going to do, if you're in jail or something, don't expect me to go see you. If I can, I will, but don't expect me because I didn't put you there, mijo. You the one that wants to be over there. I'm telling you, I don't want you up there. And then I don't want you in the streets getting loaded or whatever, you know. You have a home. I wish I had a home when I was small.
I used to blame myself. I used to blame God. I used to blame my dad. I used to blame the whole world, you know. And now I don't blame nobody. Now I understand that, hey, maybe it's just meant to be. Maybe that's why I'm here in the diving, and I'm gonna be a diver in something, because maybe I would have been nobody, you know, or dead, or OD'd on drugs, or, you know, or out there making more kids and stuff. You know what I mean? With different girls and not working out, you know. Nah, I know it's for a reason.
Ricky, he was more like a lover. Yeah, he can't be with one person. He has to be with different girls, you know.
I was 15, I had my first son from one girl. I was like 17 or, yeah, about 17. No, about 16, 17. And I had 2 other kids. And then I was with her for like 8 years, 7 years. And then another one that were just together not too long. And then now my wife. And that's it.
He had about 10. Well, the ones that I know is, Miranda, Randy, Ricky, and the other Rick, the big Ricky. And he has a little girl that lives in Rialto somewhere. I don't know. I forgot her name. Like I say, I don't know. I can't tell you. That's the ones I know, you know.
10? Where do the other ones come from? No. Unless there's some I don't know about, I don't know. And that he knows. No. 10? No, I don't have 10. About 4? 4 I know. 5. Yeah. Ricky, Randy, Randy, Monique, and Miranda. 5.
Dear Dad, I miss you. I miss you. I want you to know how much I miss you, and I never hear from you, and I feel like I don't have a father, or you just don't care. Daddy, do you care about me?
I didn't see her again till maybe like 87, and then after that, I haven't seen her since.
I'll always love you, and I know you have another family, but I'm still a part of you, and don't forget me.
I know if I was a mother myself, I could never, I could never do that with my kids, like leave them or, like I've done with my kids, you know what I mean? Well, I haven't done them, they've done it.
And I love you very much. Please write back soon. Love, Monique.
As the weeks pass, new skills are introduced. Welding, a vital tool of the commercial diver, must first be taught topside, then practiced underwater.
One more step. Okay, get proper line full. Go to work.
Let him know it's cold. We're gonna give you 5 amps. Tell him.
John has been hit with a barrage of personal problems.
I'm doing a lot of time, and my wife's kind of young, and she's, her parents are putting pressure on her because I'm in here, and I'm not out there to defend us. She filed for some paperwork in a divorce about a month ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, something like that. So I guess 6 months it's over.
My mom told me that my dad's in the hospital, and they thought that he's real sick. They didn't know what it was. 2 days later, they diagnosed him with leukemia, real rare and bad kind. And he said, my mom had told me, she says, well, they said that he had 6 months to live if the therapy, the chemo or whatever that, I don't know much about it, but that was the 23rd of February, and they said he had 6 months to live, and last Friday he passed away. The institution, because it's out of state, my dad lives back in Detroit, and they wouldn't, let me go back to be at the funeral or anything. I guess because of state boundary lines or something like that. So it's been pretty tough, but he knows we're real close, and he knows what I was doing here, and some of his last quality time. I showed him some pictures, and he said to my sister that he was really proud of me.
I'm glad that I've come around, and I'd like to speak out there for a lot of people out there that don't think that they, that are still angry about something that some family member has done to them, and they're in the prison and that's where they deserve to be. Get off that, because they really know God's forgiven them already. So in the family's heart, the family members should forgive too.
what I would do probably, if I had it to do all over again, would be take him as a little boy away to some faraway island where there aren't any drugs and try to educate him and bring him up drug-free. And that's about all I can say.
It's been so long since I've seen birds fly in the sky.
7 days a week, the men have been pushed, prodded, and put down.
Freedom's enough to change my ways and to decide to salvage our lives.
The 10 months are nearly over, but the chances of failure are as great as they ever were.
It's their final exam. It covers everything that we covered through the whole year. And it's an all-day test. Most of them should be able to finish it sooner than all day, but we give them all day.
Final chapter. F class. I hope we, everybody passed today. We've been ready. It's time for 2 weeks now. So he's working with Wood and see what happened. Everything, today is the day. Everything we went through, we didn't pass today, we don't get certified. But I'm pretty sure everybody got their stuff together. We'll be studying. So wish me good luck.
Turn your test over till I tell you.
Studies. Just reviewed. Kind of excited to know what to study for, but then we had a review yesterday.
There's a pencil sharpener up here, so if you got to do it, sharpen your pencil, go ahead. I'll be out here, so if you have questions, just raise your hand. You brought one, good.
Lord, a long way, a long road, hard way, hard road. Please, asking you for a little bit of help today. It's our final test. Thank you, Jesus.
If there's no other questions, make sure you put your name, today's date, your class number on the front page. Don't worry about stapling them till we're done.
Well, I only went to the 9th grade, 8th grade, I think. 9th grade, but I think I did good on my reading and comprehension skills, because I like to read a lot, and that helped me. Because I don't know if you see the books we've been reading, and it's a lot of stuff that I didn't even have an idea what they were talking about. But with a dictionary next to it, and I got it down.
Shall I read them one at a time? Mr. Bennett, you have a 94%. Mr. Ballin. 94.
Good job.
Mr. Lowe. 94.
Yes.
Mr. Torres. 84. Perez. 76.
All right.
All right. Krikorian. 88.
All right.
Evans. 74. Martinez. 91. All right. Thomas. 73. And O'Gorman. 85. Congratulations, all of you. I know you worked really hard.
1, 2, 3,
prison. We were writing to each other as pen pals, and he was there for about a year. And then he got out, and we didn't meet, and he went back in again, and we were writing again until '88. He got out, and we met.
This will be Capone's first time home in 5 years.
Step out. Miranda.
You okay? Hey, Black. I'm in the lake. Yeah, come on. Hey,
Home.
Good luck out there. Good luck, man. All right, thanks. Not too much pay for 3 years of your life.
Husband, you don't need the check now? Oh, no. Which one you trying to grab here? One monster, my leader. Yeah, make sure and count your money right there in front of you. Everybody got their money? Okay, gentlemen, you are now being released from the California State Prison, Chino. Good luck.
Well, I'm basically parachuting into California with $200 in my pocket. I'm very anxious to get out there and get established and find out where I'm going to be living on a permanent basis and get a job. It's very important for me that I am successful, and in terms of not making a lot of money necessarily, but success in terms of making a go of it.
Because of his wife's substance abuse, their 3 small daughters have been with their grandmother. Now Taylor will have sole custody.
Oh, it's babies.
24 hours ago, I'm yelling at men that want to be divers, and now I'm here talking to my kids about destroying worlds on Nintendo.
And Monopoly.
And Monopoly, yeah. But, you know, it's going to be an adjustment period. I'll probably wake up in the middle of the night and look around and think, where am I? And just like the reverse of when I first went into prison and I woke up and I go, oh, no, that's right, I'm here. So it's going to take some time.
Ed Minter waits his parole at a halfway house in Inglewood, California.
It's been kind of depressing, it's been kind of stressful, but over and above all the stress and depression, I think I've handled it rather well. After being incarcerated for so long and going through the particular things that I've gone through during my incarceration, it has taught me how to be patient with other people.
Mr. Miller, your parole date is set as of right now, so all we need to do is you sign your parole papers and you're out of here.
Is that right?
That's it.
Hey, that
okay?
sounds real good.
Okay.
All right. That is fantastic. 9:56. Man, that is marvelous. I'm ready to go now.
So there it is. Okay, again, good luck to you, and I hope everything works out for you. Take care of yourself. I don't want to see you back here.
You won't see me
okay.
back here.
Okay.
Here I was, a fresh, new college graduate, feeling good about life, feeling good about myself, you know, feeling good about my accomplishments. And going out, doing interviews for such companies as U.S. Brent, IBM, and a few others, and being faced with rejection. You know, here I was thinking because I was a college graduate that certain doors and certain opportunities would be open to me, but it wasn't that way. And I guess because of the fact, I thought about this many times, and I don't want to sound like I'm racist or anything like that, but I think it was mostly because I'm a black male, and at the time I was like 265 pounds. So here's this 265-pound black man coming into different offices asking for, seeking employment, you know. And for one, I took it as if the interviewer looked at it as if, well, this guy is not only intelligent, but he's big. So, you know, I guess it kind of made them feel a little inferior, and that's the perception that I was getting. And it had got to the point where I would come home in the neighborhood, and, you know, some of the people that I grew up with, most of the guys that I grew up with, see me come back, and they would see the expression on my face where I was faced with rejection and things, and they began to question me like, hey, man, you know, what's going on? And I would tell them, you know, well, I'm getting turned down. You know, I'm not getting, you know, I did all the things I'm supposed to do in order to be successful, and I'm just not getting anywhere. So one of the guys that I knew told me if I can get together maybe $200–300, he'll show me how to make a whole lot of money. So what does Ed do? Ed says, okay. I pitched in my money. Next thing I know, I was handed, you know what salt rock looks like, right? So I was handed some of those kind of things, and it's like, what is this? I had never seen it before in my life. But I saw what it can do as far as making money. And that's how I got started. There's nothing more I want to do right now than be a commercial diver. Be it as a tender first, working, helping someone else get the job done, you know, being that extra team member, it doesn't matter. But to get involved in the diving industry is something I'm very much looking forward to doing.
I ain't walking through that gate no more.
Although several of the men have already been released from prison, ironically, they must re-enter the locked facility for graduation. John Krikorian's sister has traveled more than 100 miles. She and John haven't seen each other in 3 years.
Hi, sis. How are you? It's good to see you, girl. How are you?
Oh, John.
I love you.
Love you too. I'm so proud of you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the Vocational Divers Training Program graduation. My name is Paul Woodley, and I'm the Chief Vocational Diving Instructor here at California Institute for Men. I'd like to also welcome Dave Taylor.
Well, Mr. Woodley would like me to keep this short and sweet, and so would I, because these men have some demonstrations for you this afternoon. They're going to demonstrate their talents for you. I was the guy all year long that screamed and yelled at them. I was their drill sergeant when they were going through the 10 weeks of physical training, 7 hours a day, doing push-ups, sit-ups, squats, you name it, over there in that pit, sweating our lunches and our breakfasts out, about 5,000 calories a day, making these guys lose about 25 pounds in the process. And even though they didn't know I loved them, I did, and I know they hated me during that time. But rather than give them a speech about morals and values, we did that enough already. I thought I owed it to them to tell them about my first day on the job when I left here. I was luckily able to get a job immediately, and I showed up on the job site out in Mission Bay, very eager to get in the water on that beautiful late summer day. And as I unpacked all my equipment, I realized that I had forgotten my wetsuit. So I immediately dropped and gave myself $200 and made a trek to the local dive shop where I had to rent a wetsuit. And boy, let me tell you, that $15 after just getting out of prison, my $200 gate money doesn't go that far. That $15 really hurt me, so I dropped and gave myself another $100 just out of general principle. Well, I got back to the job site, and as I'm getting ready to put on all my things and get my tools ready for the job, I laid my scuba tank too close to the edge of the dock, and all I could do was watch as it teetered, and fell in. Went 35 feet down to the bottom of the harbor, which I immediately dropped and gave myself another $100, and proceeded to do a free ascent down 35 feet to get it and brought it back to the surface. Well, that day I proceeded to lose a screwdriver, a crescent wrench, my Allen wrench set, a ball of steel wool, and I think when I added it up at the end of the day, it cost me $3.25 to come to work that day, not to mention the 1,000 push-ups I cost myself. But you know, I couldn't wait to get back the next day and do it all over again. And that's what this place teaches you more than anything else. It teaches you drive, determination. And I'm really proud of you guys. I think you guys are just exceptional. I love every one of you. And I really, I'll talk to each one of you afterwards. There's lots of jobs out there, as long as you're willing to go for it. That's what we've been telling you all year long. There isn't one person that has ever left this dive school that has ever been turned down for a job out there in the field if they really wanted one. You can go to work right away. That's the glory of this school. It's not easy to get through, but once you graduate with that certification, people out there know you know what you're doing. They know you're not just another guy that says they can do it, and when you get in the water, you don't know what you're doing. And so this is a real opportunity, probably the biggest opportunity in your lifetimes. And you all know now, whether you've ever accomplished anything before in your lives, that you can accomplish something. And that's maybe the biggest glory of this school, is that amongst all the negativity and the people telling you you can't and you're worth nothing, you've overcame that and accomplished something that, that really means something. And I congratulate all of you. Thank you.
The next graduate I'd like to call up is Mr. John Krikorian. Our next graduate is Jose Perez. Our next graduate is Enrique Perez. I watch him, and you can tell just in some of their movements, their gestures and stuff, that things have changed. He's probably one that I've seen change the most out of that class.
Okay, we're out the door. We're ready for another big day of learning.
These days, Dave Taylor doesn't sleep any later than he did at Chino. But now it's because there are lunch boxes to fix and hair bows to tie.
Let's cross the street here so we don't have to do this on there. I love you.
And today, when metal slams behind him, he is on the outside.
See you later. See you tonight. Have a good day.
Okay.
Bye-bye. See you later. Bye.
Taylor could have opted for big money on a Louisiana oil rig. But to be closer to home, he has taken a job maintaining boats at a local marina.
I'll probably be back in the car business. Yeah, sure. I mean, what are you going to do if you don't learn to be different and you don't learn a different trade? Then what do you have but to go back to the same lifestyle you had before? Which is probably why 70 to 80% of the guys that are coming out of prison either go back to prison or go back to jail, one of the two, because they go back to the same environment that they're in that caused the problem in the first place. The trade-off in Louisiana is that you're out for 2 and 3 weeks at a time. I wouldn't see my babies. Got to see my babies.
The Louisiana oil fields draw a large percentage of the Chino divers. The McDermott Company is one of several that employs them.
Basically, what I had to do was report to my parole officer. I was granted a 30-day pass for the purpose of coming to seek employment, interview with McDermott. And as it turned out, on that one interview, I was hired.
We've had a problem on the end of the stinger. We need to take some water out of one of our tanks on the very end. So they're going to go down and depressurize it and blow some water out to bring it up about 6 feet to relieve some of the stress on the pipe that we're laying over. The Chino divers began coming to this company back in the late 70s, mid to late 70s. Some of the best divers this company has seen have come out of the Chino Correctional Institute. I guess it's like anywhere else. It's what you make of it. You know? A lot of the fellows that come out of the Chino State Correctional Institute are made for this business, so to speak. They have the personality and so forth. This business, the nature of it, it takes a class of personality to where men that don't mind taking a risk and men that are willing to get next to the work. And so basically a lot of the personalities that come out there are adapt to this type of work.
First question I get asked is, where are you from? And I tell them I'm from California. What part? Los Angeles. Oh, okay. Where'd you go to dive school? And I say Chino. Oh, okay, you one of them Chino guys. And then all of a sudden it goes off into a conversation where way back when we had 15 or 20 Chino hands working for us, and man, those guys were something else, man. I'd never seen a group of guys like that before. The rapport that I've received being a Chino hand has been good. Nothing negative, because there is a certain reputation that we do have. We have to work at what we got. I mean, the work I put in at Chino is a result of me sitting right here on this barge, getting in that water, or whatever it is I do for McDermott. Going through Chino Vocational Dive School got me sitting right here.
Off the Southern California coast, Enrique Perez has one more hurdle before he too can look for a job. He has to prove himself in open water.
Well, today, I'm gonna get my certified dive. A little excited, a little scared. Not scared because I don't know what's down there, you know? A lot of water. I know it's gonna be fun. Brought up in East LA, nothing but concrete, there's no ocean. No, I never dived in the ocean.
The other divers aboard have never heard of the Chino program.
6 hours a day, just exercise after exercise, non-stop, 6 hours a day for 2 months. That's why out of 60 or whatever people, there's only like 11 left. Shit, they all and then when it gets into home, you know, the actual book work, because you got dive medicine, physiology, dive physics, history, chamber operation, you got everything. And the tests are, man. And then homework on the weekend, physical homework. Yeah, 1,000 of this, 500 of those, 50 pull-ups and I don't know what, and run 50 miles in 5 days. You know, the last run was 12 miles with the 15-pound weight belt. You should have, I was falling out, but we made it. And if one of us can't make it, well, we all can't make it. And we're gonna do it till we all can do it. After when you wear your emblem and you wear your shirt and you know your school and stuff, you feel proud, you know. If you accomplish something, you know, it changes you. You know.
Tough school, huh?
Tough school, tough. But it's worth it.
we doing? Great. We ready?
After 10 months in a confined metal tank, the moment has come to confront the open sea for the first time in his life. For the tough street kid Ricky Perez, formerly called Capone, a new journey has begun. Worlds away from where they started, he and his classmates have earned hope and confidence. With tenacity, strength, and sheer will, they have shaped the future. Out of the wreckage, they've salvaged their very lives.